Here we go. 2 videos in one day. Good morning, y'all. Good afternoon. It's good afternoon, y'all. My name's Daniel. I'm Mr. Myo. Thanks for listening. This is the second video that I'm making today. Feeling super motivated, really uncomfortable. Don't have air conditioning in my house, so sweating like a pig right here while making some videos. I wanted to make a video today, an educational video about something that I do in speech therapy when I'm working with adults in the hospital using a myofunctional device, a myofunctional therapy device. When I say myofunctional therapy, myo meaning muscle, function, so a muscle function training device. I'm going to show you all 3 devices that I have used working with various age ranges, and I'm going to talk with you about what we're using it for in the hospital, what we can use it for in our own life, where you can find these devices, and in some cases the steps that we need to take in order to help people build the muscle strength in order to get to being able to access these devices, because some people aren't going to have the muscle strength, the lip strength in order to use these devices. And you'll see a little bit more about what I'm talking about later on in the video. But if you haven't, like, subscribe, follow me at Mr_Myo302. Mr_Myo302 on X and on Instagram. And also check out my website, www.mrmyofunctionaltherapy.com. So, without further ado, let me go over some of these exercises with y'all. I'm going to adjust the camera because I don't like looking up the way that I have to be right now. So let's see if I can do that live in this video. I'm gonna screw it up, but that's okay. It's a learning process. Okay. Still not having that much luck. Getting frustrated. All right, we're back. I was futzing with the camera for way too long there, but we are back. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you. So the first device that we have right here, this is called a PEEP valve. I'm not going to take it out of the bag for the purpose of this today, but essentially what this valve is something that we have to put our lips around, close our lips tight around, and blow into it. And there's a valve on here that we can see, this blue part on here, and it requires a certain amount of pressure in order to break the threshold or blow through the valve. So if your muscles are not strong enough, you won't be able to blow through it. Think about your kid. Is your little kid able to blow up a balloon? Maybe not. Maybe their muscles aren't strong enough yet. So this is going to, a PEEP valve is used in the hospital as a speech therapist for different reasons. It helps people with improving their cough strength. Your cough strength is important because it helps to protect your airway, and we need to protect our airway when we're eating and drinking. Like if something goes down the wrong pipe, we need to be able to cough, and we need to be able to eject it from our airway so that we don't aspirate and we don't get pneumonia. Same thing with, like, if food gets close to our airway, we need to be able to cough in order to protect our airway. So there's been a lot of research into the use of these devices to help improve people's cough strength, to help people improve their swallowing efficiency, and to help people improve their sleep and their breathing and their shortness of breath. So I'm going to talk with you about a little bit of that today, and I'm going to show you how to use some of these devices. If you haven't already, again, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to be making a lot of these videos on different myofunctional therapy devices. So your PEEP valve, again, and of course I went ahead and opened it anyways, looks like this. And on this end we can twist it, and as you twist it clockwise, there becomes more resistance. It gets harder to blow through. Like any other exercise, you want to get your muscles stronger, and then you will progress and you'll increase the resistance. So you put your lips tightly around this mouthpiece and you blow through it. And what this does is this strengthens, it tones the muscles in your throat and your pharynx. When we blow out against something, it creates an external pressure on the muscles in our airway, which dilates them, opens them, tones them. When we're breathing in a lot, or when we suck in a lot, like through a straw or through smoking or through mouth breathing, it constricts our airway. It narrows our airway. So this device, if we blow against enough resistance and enough pressure, can help us to tone and maintain airway patency, prevent our airway from collapsing. All right, so glad that I got over that aspect. Now, your client might not be able to adequately put their lips around this device strong enough. They might have lip incompetence, labial incompetence. So this would give us an idea to maybe work on that specific muscle set with them, work on their labial strength so that they can perform this exercise adequately. If the air is escaping through their sides, that's not going to be very helpful. This device will not be very helpful for them. I'm going to go ahead and show you all a couple of other devices. So the PEEP valve is for people who are very elderly and very weak. It goes from 0 to 20 centimeters H2O. That's how they measure the resistance. There is another device which I do not have. It's called the EMST 75 Lite. And I have one here, right here. This is called the EMST 150. Now this is a device that I use, and I'm going to show you this other one. It's called the Breather. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies that produce these devices by anyone, just to make sure that that's clear. This is a device that adults can use and people in outpatient therapy can use, really whoever it's appropriate for. It has a little bit nicer of a mouthpiece. If you see right here, you still might need to work on labial strength in order to work on this one. But this device goes, instead of from 0 to 20, it goes from about 30 to 150, again, centimeters cubed. So this goes to a lot heavier resistance, so this is maybe more appropriate for people who are athletes, normally relatively healthy adults. And again, it's the same concept, tight lip seal, blow hard and fast. And you're going to want to have instruction from somebody who can kind of show you how to use this device in order to optimize it, increase the resistance as you need to. So this is the EMST 150. And then this device is called the Breather. It's a little bit more toy-like. One thing that I don't really like about the Breather is that it has just these number dials instead of actual numbers of like the centimeters H2O, like the pressure. One thing that I do like about this device is it has an inhale function. So you exhale, blow out against resistance, and you can also inhale. So we're working on our expiratory muscle strength and our inspiratory muscle strength. So with these devices, our oral facial muscles are being worked. Our lip strength has to be good enough. We want a good tight lip seal because we want to be able to breathe through our nose. If our lip seal's weak, we're going to be more likely to breathe through our mouth. So we want a good lip seal. We're working on toning all of our muscles in our faces. We're blowing out because we're trying to, might not puff our cheeks out, although that'll feel good as a stretch. We don't necessarily puff our cheeks out. We're using our diaphragm and the muscles in our throat to tighten and to push air out. And then we do one repetition. We relax for 5 to 10 seconds. And then we repeat 5 reps. Rest for a minute if you need to. And if you have any lightheadedness or dizziness, you need to let your instructor know, because this is something that's important. And you're going to do sets of 5, and then eventually you're going to increase the resistance. So let me turn my computer back on and maybe show you a little bit of the research as to why we do some of these exercises as speech therapists. So I'm going to pull up now. All right, expiratory training reduces drooling. So expiratory muscle strength training has been used as an alternative therapy approach for drooling that's aimed at improving the swallow. The expiratory muscle strength training offers promise as a therapy to reduce drooling for people with Parkinson's disease. No adverse effects were reported, and participants gave high satisfaction ratings for the training. And these people, 16 people, received this training over a 6 to 8 week period. So this is one of the work uses for expiratory muscle strength training. It's helping people, adults with Parkinson's disease. Here we have another research study, RMST, and how it is used. The effect of expiratory muscle strength training on voice and speech. This is an exploratory study in persons with Parkinson's disease or multiple sclerosis, or MS. The too long didn't read from Semantic Scholar. The results of the study support previous evidence that EMST has positive effects on expiratory pressure in persons with Parkinson's disease or MS, but its effect on voice and speech remains unclear. Okay, so there's a little bit of uncertainty here. Let's see. Subjective reports of the intervention and effects on communication were predominantly positive. Further research is needed on larger groups to explore appropriate outcome measures. Okay, so that's some good research there. Interesting. And this is October 3rd, 2023. And now I have a couple of other articles. Let's see. The first one, RMST post CVA. So CVA is cerebrovascular accident, or this is a stroke. The effect of respiratory muscle strength training on swallowing function in patients with stroke, a systematic review and meta-analysis. The too long didn't read via Semantic Scholar, not a sponsor, says respiratory muscle training can be regarded as an innovative auxiliary means in the near future to better manage and improve swallowing function, given its improving effect on work outcomes in this review. That doesn't make any sense to me, so let's read a little bit more in the abstract. Okay, the background. The improvement of swallowing function after stroke is a significant challenge faced by patients and healthcare professionals. However, the current evidence synthesis of the effects of respiratory muscle training on swallowing function is limited. Okay, the results. RMT interventions reduce the risk of aspiration, the recovery process of water swallowing function, and the activity of the swallowing muscles. However, there was no significant effect of RMT on the functional level of oral intake. So some conclusions. RMT can be regarded as an innovative auxiliary means in the near future to better manage and improve swallowing function, given its improving effect on work outcomes in this review. I'm going to go further into detail in another video about how these devices can be used, how these devices can be used to help with reducing shortness of breath and to help with obstructive sleep apnea. So, in conclusion, this is one of my first videos on respiratory muscle strength training. Thank you for listening. I want you to like, subscribe, follow, share my content with other people, share them with speech therapists that you know. If you're looking for specific instruction on how to use these devices or in how to work with your patients using myofunctional therapy devices in a hospital setting or in a rehab setting, find me. www.mrmyofunctionaltherapy.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr_Myo302, and you can also find me on Instagram at Mr_Myo302. I hope to be making some more content for you guys and girls and whatever. I'm going to be putting out more videos, try to be more consistent. Thank you all for listening. I hope you have a great day. Stay cool. Don't be too bullish just because the Bitcoin price is about $64,000. It can always dump. Not financial advice, not medical advice. This is Mr. Myo.